The Roaring Twenties. It gave us jazz, flappers, The Great Gatsby, Prohibition, and the first ever radio ad.
Visit our new apartment homes in Hawthorne Court, Jackson Heights, where you may enjoy community life in a friendly environment.
In 1922, the Hawthorne Court Apartments in New York paid AT&T $50 for 10 minutes of airtime. That ingenious move would be the start of a $29 billion industry. Tune in to hear the full story of how audio became music to marketers' ears. In the mid-1920s, AT&T sold that radio station to NBC, which revolutionized the game by broadcasting the same program across all of its local stations in what would become the first network model. A decade later, 90% of radio stations were selling ads. The 40s brought the golden age of radio as dramas, comedy, and live sports filled the airwaves. All of it was funded by advertising. Even soap operas. Yep, the name is not just a nickname. The first ever soap opera, The Guiding Light, was created by Procter & Gamble to sell, you guessed it, soap. But radio's reign wouldn't last forever. It faced a formidable challenger in television. TV quickly became the new stage for music's rising stars, from Buddy Holly on The Ed Sullivan Show to the Beach Boys on American Bandstand and the Jackson 5 on Soul Train. While TV might have stolen the spotlight, radio quickly adapted thanks to one big advantage: cars. As the suburbs grew and the rise of the freeway system stretched daily commutes, drivers turned to the radio for entertainment and news. Thus, drive time radio was born. Coca-Cola was one of the brands that took full advantage. Its now iconic Things Go Better with Coke campaign turned soda into a soundtrack with legends like the Supremes, Aretha Franklin, and Ray Charles, each singing their own versions.
Things go better with Coca-Cola, yeah, things go better with Coke.
A year after the campaign debuted, Coca-Cola's annual sales increased by 31%. By the late 70s, radio met its cultural reckoning. Video Killed the Radio Star wasn't just a catchy hook. It became the first music video ever played on MTV in August 1981. Nearly 2 decades later, MTV's TRL redefined the music TV connection, ushering in a new era of music fans. But even MTV couldn't hold the spotlight forever, because the internet was coming. The first disruptor was Napster, the peer-to-peer file sharing service launched in 1999. It turned the entire music industry on its head overnight. Suddenly, millions of songs were free and instantly accessible, with a modem and a download bar. It may have been illegal, but the genie was out of the bottle. While the music industry filed lawsuits, users built libraries. The message was clear. The future was digital. Out of the Napster chaos came opportunity. The tech world got busy building the next model. Apple launched iTunes and the iPod, which put thousands of songs in your pocket. Then came Spotify, YouTube, and Pandora, who didn't just sell music, they streamed it. On demand, curated, personalized. Music was no longer on a hard drive. It lived in the cloud. Marketers saw the shift and moved fast. Streaming didn't just change how we listened, it changed how brands could talk to us. All they needed was your email and a peek at your playlist. They could notify you when your favorite artist dropped a new single, announced a tour, or teased an album. Music platforms became marketing engines. Smart brands used data to be timely, personal, and relevant. They turned fan insights into fan engagement. But this digital takeover didn't just reshape music forever.
From This American Life and WBEZ Chicago, it's Serial, one story told week by week.
Suddenly, podcasts became a part of culture, giving listeners a new platform to listen to what they wanted, whenever they wanted. Serial was a smash hit. The true crime series proved the power of serialized radio drama could still mesmerize listeners, 70 years after the first soap opera. Even President Obama appeared on the Bill Simmons podcast to talk sports and The Wire for an hour.
Best wire character of all time. It's got to be Omar, right?
That's because one of podcasting's superpowers is intimacy. It's an up-close and personal experience, which is especially powerful for advertising. Podcast hosts read ads don't even feel like commercials, they feel authentic. When your favorite podcaster tells you to buy a mattress, it feels like advice, not a sales pitch. In 2019, global podcast ad revenue topped $1 billion for the first time. By 2025, that number is projected to hit $5.2 billion. And nowhere is podcasting's influence more obvious than in politics.
What I want to get to is what was the experience once you got inside?
So I had Survival and Run the Nation.
Donald Trump's appearances on podcasts during the 2024 election broke through to new audiences and paved his way to the White House, a defining moment in what some now call the podcast election. And it's not just audio anymore. Video podcasts have exploded in popularity. On the ad side, innovation has followed. Spotify introduced video ads and launched generative AI tools to create scripts and voiceovers in minutes, knocking down the barriers to entry that have hampered marketers. These audio giants are bringing more mature tech to their ad buying too, with Spotify and iHeartMedia introducing auction-style programmatic bidding in the past year. Audio is leading the way. It's evolved from soap operas to having the universe in your pocket. From families huddled around the radio to fans streaming niche podcasts on demand. From soap jingles to AI-powered ad reads. And at the heart of it, it's still about storytelling, about sound, and the power of voice.